ease. Welcome this evening to a nice gentle practice, easygoing, kind of take the stress of the day and let it kind of slip off of you. Again, you can do this video whenever you like. It is on my Facebook feed. I'm not recording them and then taking them away, so they are always there. So just know you can always come back to them and take them. So tonight we're going to take some nice deep stretches and just ease ourselves into the evening, right? Kind of opening up, releasing the day, and then hopefully in a lovely, relaxed way, moving into the evening. So if you like, I have 2 blocks. I also encourage you to, I'm going to grab mine, have a blanket, and with that blanket you can always sit up a little bit, right? So I'm folding mine in half so I can get a nice healthy tilt of the pelvis and let the knees relax down. So this evening, again, really important to sort of set yourself up to find comfort, to find ease. So as we kind of gently progress into the evening, we can just let ourselves go here. Good. Hello. So as you settle, you might just rock slightly side to side. And just let yourself kind of easily drop in. I had a very stressful afternoon of dealing with insurance companies, health insurance, and medical supply companies, and sort of this practice right now. As much as like my mind wants to kind of resist settling, it's that practice of knowing, right? I know that as soon as I can drop in and let that negative energy kind of strip away, I can then shift and take a different perspective, right, of the situation. For right now, truthfully, as you know, I'm pretty honest about myself and what I go through. You know, my energy is a little kind of jarred right now from incompetence of the medical supply company, and so I know from years of practicing and meditation that I need to just let that strip off of me. So that's my intention, and that's my showing up for myself, right? And that self-care. So I don't know what your day or afternoon has been like. So maybe you're just nice and easeful all day long, and I wish that for you. Maybe you just have some things that you just want to release, right? Some things of the past, some planning or overthinking of the future. Whatever it is, see if, like me, you can begin to drop into this beautiful present moment, the only moment we have, right? Right here, right now, this gift. So just take a pause here, pausing before we start. And just notice if you can begin to let those thoughts go, right? Let them pass by. I love the visual of placing that thought maybe on a cloud and just letting it softly, lovingly release. And just drop in. Drop back into that beautiful space of love and kindness where you don't think about someone else's incompetence. You're able to just let it go and breathe love and kindness to them. And immediately as I change that perspective, I begin to breathe again. I begin to settle again. I begin to come back to that space of truth, of that goodness inside me. So just let yourself settle. Relaxing the shoulders down the back of the body, maybe feeling you sit a little bit taller, that lengthening of the spine. And just notice the breath in your body. And just notice the breath from the belly to the ribs, up into the heart space. And for me, I'm just going to keep sitting a little bit taller here. And then let the shoulders melt down away from the ears endlessly. Inhale, feel the rise through that center channel of light through your body. The exhale, as you release, belly draws in. Nice full inhale, slow, even. Nice full and even exhale, letting all the air out. Inhale. Exhale. And again. And let this breath now move into that pranayama of Ujjayi, that victorious breath as we breathe continuously in and out through the nose. And we're kind of creating a more narrow passage into the back of the throat, almost kind of narrowing of that vocal cord area, right? And creating vibration into the back of the throat. But also this beautiful sound that focuses our minds. Inhales, exhales, nice and slow. Really connect to the vibration and connect to the sound. Calming the nervous system, focusing our minds, healing our bodies. Stay with this breath, Ujjayi Pranayama. Two more. One more breath. And then slowly from here, we're going to take this chin, sitting tall, we're going to dip this chin down towards our collarbones. And just feel nice energy up the back of the spine, right? So there's a softness into the front of the body. There's a nice kind of strong back of the body, but not locked, just feeling that vertebrae of the spine. And just let the shoulders relax away from the ears as you just dip this chin down and breathe into the neck. Two more breaths. One more breath. And then slowly begin to lift the gaze, so gaze out in front. And then very slowly just lift the chin slightly. And now we're going to imagine that there's this beautiful, soft paintbrush or crayon on the end of our nose. And we're going to begin to kind of draw, maybe there's a canvas or a lovely thick piece of drawing paper in front of you. And you're going to begin to just circle one direction as if you're drawing with that paintbrush or that beautiful soft crayon onto this canvas or paper in front, making a nice big circle and relaxing the neck. So I say it like this so that we don't throw our head back, right, and dip deeply into that cervical spine. We want to keep that crayon or paintbrush onto the canvas. Good. One more time, this direction. You might feel your neck beginning to relax. And then switch, head the other way. Good. Two more rounds. Just notice maybe that neck can begin to soften and relax. One more round. Beautiful. And then from here, bring the gaze back out in front. We're going to take these shoulders and we're just going to Make some nice shoulder circles, one direction. Beautiful. And then switch, heading the other way. Really nice. Good. And then from here, just let those shoulders melt down the back of the body. Sit a little bit taller. We're going to take these left fingertips and we're going to bring them onto that left shoulder. If that's too much on the shoulder, just bring maybe the hand down to the top of your chest. We're going to make some nice circles, one direction, loosening up the shoulder, but opening up front of that chest and shoulder. Love it. Good. And then switch direction, heading the other way. And as you head the opposite way, I'm now heading back. I can get that nice extra stretch into the front of the shoulder. Stay sitting tall, opening that up. There it is. One more time. Love it. And then from here, we're going to take this left elbow and we're just going to take it across, sort of across the front of our body. And that right hand comes to our hip and we're just going to kind of reach it towards that left knee, but it's not going to touch. And just feel you're kind of leaning over, a little bit of stretch, belly draws in. And then take this left hand, bring it down onto that right knee. Take this right hand, bring it down onto the earth. Take another breath, kind of lengthening the spine a little bit, deepening into a twist and let go. Yeah. Now let the chin tuck in and breathe into the back of the body. Good. 2 more breaths. Beautiful. And then from here, very slowly, we're going to begin to open this up. So as we do, that left hand kind of, let's bring it to our heart space and then begin to peel our heart, our chest open as we take that left arm up to the sky. Right arm can walk out a little bit, hand, and then reach over. Nice big classic side stretch. Feel free to move the head down or up. Whatever it is for you, you can always walk that bottom hand out a little bit more. Find what's right. I always encourage you to take a little bit of your own movements in all of these shapes, especially this evening practice, making it a little bit more yours. Beautiful. And then slowly we're going to take and come back up. So just take and slide the hands. They can come back towards the knees. We're going to sit tall. Yeah, find that space. And then from here, we're going to take this right hand, bring the fingertips onto the shoulder, make some nice circles, one direction, you pick. Nice. Notice any kind of tightness in the neck and to the shoulder. Just honor it. Work with it without force. Good. Nice. And then switch. Head the other way. Opening up the front of the body, that shoulder. Good. 2 more. Last one. Beautiful. And then from here, we're going to slowly draw the belly in. We're going to begin to take this right elbow a little bit across our bodies. And as we do, we're kind of reaching it towards that knee. Tuck the chin a little bit. Draw the core in. Take another breath. And then as we take this right hand towards that left knee, that left hand kind of slides alongside us, alongside our hips. Take another breath. And then take a little twist here. Tuck the chin. And even sit back a little bit into this, breathing into the whole right edge of the body. Breathing in, breathing out, just explore it, right? Stay connected. And another breath. And then from here, very slowly, we're going to begin to take this right hand, bring it to our heart space, into our chest, and begin to peel yourself open here. And as you do, gaze goes up towards the sky, and that right hand opens up. Maybe you walk this left hand out a little bit more. Take a nice inhale, and then take this right arm over into that nice classic side stretch. Maybe the gaze goes up, maybe the gaze goes a little bit down, and just take the breath. Beautiful. 2 more breaths. Just explore the shape a little bit for you, not staying locked, but just feel what your body needs. And then very slowly, we're just going to begin to come up back to that seated position. And we're going to take these legs, give them a little break. We're going to take them out in front. Knees are bent. You might need to give those knees a little bit of love and get the blood flowing back if it feels stiff. Bring the feet a little bit wider. And then from here, we're just going to take and lengthen and just fold forward. So it doesn't need to be huge. I'm going to keep my hands kind of on my ankles and find an inhale and let the head go with that exhale. Breathing into the whole spine, up the shoulders, up into that neck. And just let it go. Breathing for 3 more breaths. Find that Ujjayi pranayama, that victorious breath with sound, with vibration. Really nice. Now, from here, tuck the chin, tuck the belly, and roll yourself up. Really nice. So we're going to take this right leg, and we're going to extend it long, toes up towards the sky. And we're going to keep this left knee bent with the sole of the foot onto the earth. I'm going to take both hands and interlace them around the front of that knee and really get this nice lifting of the spine. So crown of head reaching for the sky. Right toes are also reaching for the sky. So there's a little bit of flexion into that foot. And take your breath. Finding that the belly button lifts in and up, the chest lifts, the shoulders melt. 1 more breath. Beautiful. Now we're going to take a twist. We're going to take this right hand. It's going to wrap around to the outside of that left knee, and that left hand comes behind you. Take a nice inhale to lengthen, and then exhale, turn your torso from the waist to the ribs, to the chest, to the shoulders. Turn it to the left, relaxing the shoulders away from the ears. And if it feels okay on your neck, take the gaze over that left shoulder. Breathing here, kind of drawing that knee into your center line, this medial line of your body. Beautiful. 1 more breath here. Beautiful. Come back through to center. Very slowly, we're going to take this left forearm to the inside of that left knee, and then bring that left hand and kind of wrap it around the thigh, if that feels okay, as a right leg. And then bring that right hand just alongside your body. Take a breath, inhale. Begin to twist to the right, and then let that head go. So we're just kind of dipping in again, breathing into the back of the body. If it feels okay to you, you can always take that left hand, bring it down to the earth as well. It deepens this twist. So notice it might even travel up that right leg. Breathing for 3, 2, staying for 1. And then slow, belly draws in, we roll ourselves up, and then turn back to facing forward. Taking this left foot to the inside of that right leg, you can always slide a block or a prop underneath that left knee. We're going to sit tall again, find that nice length that we found in the beginning of this sequence. And then slow, just begin to walk yourself out. So I find for so many of us, we rush to go to the deepest place, right? We rush to get the job done. We skip the whole journey, and I want you to slowly rock a little bit side to side, Slowly walk yourself out here. If you take your time, you can then find more space for yourself, more connection. Right, and just slow it down. We don't need to shock these hamstrings or this lower back. We're going to take about 5 more breaths here. So allowing that time, that breath to quiet you. Releasing all that maybe intense energy like I had this afternoon. Releasing that, coming back into that loving kindness. Two more breaths. One more breath. Stay for the breath. And then slowly lifting that pelvic floor, tucking the chin, and rolling yourself back up. Beautiful. From here, we're going to take this left leg, we're going to extend it long, and we're going to slide this right foot down onto the earth with the knee bent. And as you find that space, the toes on the left leg are nice and kind of lifted to the sky, so there's a little flexion through that foot that creates energy, lifting kind of that quad muscle back up towards the hip. Interlace the hands around this right knee and find that space to sit tall. And we're going to pause here. So yes, we're kind of helping ourselves sit a little bit taller with these hands wrapped around the front of that knee or shin, but I don't want you to lose that connection to the belly lifting in and up and all of these muscles of the core that wrap around helping you. 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. Love it. And then from here, we're going to take that left hand, wrapping it around to the outside of that right knee, and this right hand comes behind us. Take a nice inhale to lengthen, lifting the belly in and up, and then exhale to take the twist. See if you can keep that flexion into that left foot and leg. Feel the twist from the waist to the ribs, to the chest, and then the shoulders. And if it feels healthy on your neck, take the gaze over that right shoulder. Good. 2 more breaths. Now get a little bit active, right? So not forceful, but we are taking a nice twist, twisting out the day, twisting out the toxins, letting our organs get a nice little squeeze. Beautiful. And then ever so slowly coming back through to center. And this is where we're going to take that left forearm to start to the inside, or elbow to the inside of that right knee. And then I like to place that right hand, kind of wrap it around that left thigh. And this left hand just kind of comes alongside the body a little bit. We're going to take a nice inhale to grow long, and then begin to take that twist. And then just let that head go. Chin can dip a little bit. You can sit back into the spine a little bit if that feels good. Notice where it goes in your body and find that kind of sweet area and kind of sink into that. And here's that option. If that space feels healthy to you, you can take a little bit deeper of a twist, placing that right hand down onto the earth. But notice how it is for you, and notice if it's right for you. We're going to take 3 breaths wherever you are. 2. 1 more breath. Love it. And then tucking the chin, lifting the navel, rolling back up. So we turn our torso back out in front. And this is where that right knee opens up. Maybe it slips onto a block. That right foot to the inside of that left leg. And sit tall again. Find the muscles of the spine. Lift the pelvic floor. And then very slowly, this is where we begin to kind of hinge at the hips over that left leg. A lot of times we seem to round and then go into it. I want you to see if you can stay with that length and take this journey much slower, because we're going to take about 8 or 10 breaths or so. So as you take your time to walk out, not force these hamstrings and lower back. Notice if you're also collapsing behind that left knee, if you can lift the quad a little bit more. Getting length into the lower back. Slowly walking yourself out. Again, taking about 5 breaths here. Two more breaths. One more breath. And then slowly tuck the chin, draw the belly button in, roll yourself up. Should feel good. One more seated position, really opening up the lower back, the legs, soles of the feet come together. And we're going to open to that Baddha Konasana. So if you like placing blocks under each knees, or I actually like to place them a little bit back, kind of on the thighs or the outer hips to sort of get a little extra support. Take a breath, exhale, let the knees melt down to the earth, opening up the inner thighs. And take another breath. Find your next inhale. And then same thing, we're going to hinge forward. So another forward fold, different stance, different leg position. Hands might wrap around the toes or yogi toe lock, or they might slide down to the ankles. Maybe the elbows kind of tuck onto those inner knees and kind of help you open up. You can let the head go. You can rock a little bit side to side. Breathing 5 more breaths. Three more breaths. 2 and 1. Draw the belly in, tuck the chin, and we're going to roll ourselves up. Hands come to the outside of the knees, slide the knees together, and we're going to move to hands and knees, that tabletop position. So just traveling there, you can always place a blanket underneath the knees if you're using one. And then from here, we're going to bring the knees underneath the hips, and we're going to shift forward, and we're going to come into a knee down plank. But keep it soft. Again, don't take it too seriously. Take a nice inhale. And exhale, push back, and just kind of reach back towards a puppy dog. So the hips are a little higher. Maybe take another breath there, opening up the chest, but also feeling the whole spine lengthen. Inhale, we're going to come back through towards that knee down plank. And exhale, slide back towards that nice puppy dog shape, a little higher in the hips. Take a breath there. And then inhale, come back forward to that knee down plank. Exhale, last time, sit back towards that puppy dog. Take a breath, inhale. Exhale. And then from here, we're going to inhale, come back through, knee down plank. And very slowly let the hips dip a little bit, let the chest open slightly. Take another breath there. Take a nice inhale, and then bend the elbows and just kind of lower down the front of your body, nice and slow, just letting it melt to the earth. Should feel nice. And then from here, inhale, peel your chest off into that cobra, heart opens. Exhale to lower. Inhale again, peel that heart up. Exhale to lower. Your back should enjoy these shapes, so don't overdo them. Inhale, lift to that cobra, push back, and then slide back to child's pose, bringing the knees a little bit wider, toes towards each other as you sit back. And again, if your knees bother you, don't go so low. Stay much higher. Honor again this body, especially at the end of the day, right? We don't need to take the day and then make it harder at the end. So here in this child, you might rock a little bit side to side. And revisit that breath, Ujjayi Pranayama. Beautiful. 2 more breaths here. Think about the lower back, the hips, the inner thighs, opening up. 1 more breath. Beautiful. And then slowly walking yourself back up. Hands underneath the shoulders, knees shimmy back underneath the hips. And we're going to curl the toes, lift to a cow pose. Keep the toes curled, hollow out to a cat pose. Inhale again, back to that cow. Nice movement of the spine. We keep loosening it up. Exhale into that cat. 1 more round like that. Inhale to your cow. Beautiful. Exhale, hollow out into that cat. From here, inhale to that cow, lifting the chest, toes stay curled under, and we're going to reach into a downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. So let the feet be a little bit wider. You can always slide blocks underneath your hands. And just bend one knee and bend the other, pedaling around a little bit here. If you don't want to take a downward dog, if that's just not your thing, then bring the knees down and come back into a child or a puppy dog and just find a little movement, connect to the breath there. We're going to take 3 more breaths. Wherever you are, lift the belly in and up and melt into the shape, right? 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. Perfect. From here, we're going to slowly take the gaze forward, bend the knees, lift the heels, and we're going to make our way to the front of the mat. So slow walking, doesn't need to be fancy. Hands come up to the shins, slide into that half lift when you arrive. Melt and release into that Uttanasana. And take opposite elbows here. And just let the body open up, really letting the back of the neck release. Rocking a little bit side to side. You can bend one knee, bend the other. Two more breaths. 1 more breath. Beautiful. Let the arms release here. And we're going to walk the hands over to the right. So a little bit to the outer edge of that right foot. If you like, you can always slide that beautiful support of a block underneath. And then from here, just bend that left knee and just allow this nice energy up the whole outer edge of that right leg. Feel the whole left edge of the waist and the rib cage and even the shoulder. Taking about 2 more nice deep inhales and exhales. 1 more. I'm rocking a little bit. I'm a little bit of that mover in and out of the tightness. And then from here, walking back through to center, slide to that half lift again. Belly draws in, spine is long, tail behind. Mouth back into that Uttanasana. And then from here, same thing, opposite direction. Walking the hands over to a little bit of the outer edge of that left foot. And you can bend that right knee a little bit, draw the belly in and up, and just feel the outer edge maybe of that left leg. Feel that whole edge of the body on the right side. You can always slide that block in. Don't be shy to use these props to make this practice a little bit more comfortable for you. 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. And then slowly we walk the hands back through to center. And we're going to find that half lift again. Nice and long spine. Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. From here, we're going to soften the knees, take the arms out to the side, lift the belly in and up. Come all the way up to the sky. Beautiful, palms together at the top, a little bit of a back bend, stretching the front of the body, and then capture your exhale and bring these hands into your heart space. Pausing there, breathing for 2, breathing for 1. Beautiful, and then from here, we're going to take these hands, sweep them back up to the sky, reaching nice and long. Soften the knees and fold forward, Uttanasana. Take that half lift, hands slide to the shin, spine is long again. And then maybe you slide those blocks back in. We're going to step this right foot back, coming into that lunge. Finding that heel to crown of foot energy, crown of head energy. A little bit of rocking forward and back. Beautiful. And then from here, let that right knee come down to the earth, or you can always slide that blanket underneath it. We're going to take a nice inhale, open up our chest, open up that heart, lifting a little bit forward. And then exhale, I want you to tuck the chin and kind of reach out of the belly towards that kind of cat back a little bit. Inhale again, open up the front of the body, heart moves forward, shoulders melt, belly draws in. You kind of round to the sky with that spine. Beautiful, 1 more like that. Opening up that heart. And then rounding in, tucking the chin. Beautiful. From here, we're going to take and bring that gaze back out in front, sliding the hands to the top of that left knee. Lift the chest up so shoulders are over the hips. Gaze is out in front. Inhales, exhales, open up that heart. From here, we're going to take this right hand, reach it up to the sky, and we're going to bring these fingertips into our neck. So really light onto the neck. From here, we're going to take an inhale, open it up. Gaze can go up a little bit. Feel that nice energy into the front of the right shoulder. Take another breath. And then slow, gaze comes back out in front. We're going to take this right elbow and draw it across our body, just like when we started. And maybe that elbow kind of crosses to the outside of the knee, or maybe you shift and bring that hand to the outside. So wherever you are, we're taking a little bit of a twist. So again, I'm showing you 2 different versions. Take your breath. Beautiful. And then slowly, we're going to come back. Both hands find the top of that left knee. Gaze goes back out in front. And then hands come back down. And from here, we're going to take this left leg just a little bit more, and we're going to extend it long. I often do this shape, this half split, this Hanumanasana, this monkey pose. And just massage a little bit. Maybe a little bit of rocking of the tail. If you like, you can always take it deeper, maybe moving towards a split. But again, honor your body. Don't force it. Wherever you are, we're going to take about 5 breaths. So not forcing. I'm working on this practice of my full Hanumanasana, so I'm just taking it into my practice tonight. Good. 3 more breaths. Two more breaths. One more breath. Wherever you are, slowly sliding that left foot back down onto the earth. And we're going to take that right knee, lift it up, and we're going to step forward. So maybe it's lots of little steps or one big step. Lots of energy. Slide into that half lift. Melt Uttanasana. Really nice. And root to rise all the way out and up to the sky. Palms together at the top, that nice sweet back bend, not overdoing. And then hands come down into that heart space. Honoring ourselves, releasing the day. Again, as I shared, I had a pretty stressful afternoon and my mind was resistant to practicing, and already I know just by taking my self-care, I already feel so much better and reconnected. So important. From here, take a nice inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Half lift, hands slide to those shins, lengthen the spine. And then from here, we're going to step that left foot back. So I'm using the blocks. You might as well use some props underneath your hands. Crown of head, heel of foot, and a nice little rock back and forth. Beautiful. And then from here, bring that left knee down. And again, you might slide that blanket, a little cushion under that left knee. We're going to take an inhale to open up that heart. Oh, here comes the dreaded kitten. And then exhale, tuck and round, sort of hollowing out the belly and breathing into that back of the body, that cat style back. And then inhale, lift the chest again towards that front of the body, a lunging cow pose. And exhale into that lunging cat. And again, inhale, open up. Find the sweetness. Exhale, tuck and round. Love it. From here, we're going to take and lift our chest, gaze out in front. And then hands are going to slide up to the top of this right knee, and we're going to lift ourselves up. Shoulders stack over the hips, slight tuck of the tail, just to create some stability. Take your breath. And then take this left arm, reach it up to the sky, and then take these fingertips softly into the back of that neck, just really light. Belly draws in and up, and we're going to begin to take a little twist, taking this left elbow across our body. This is really the most engaged of this practice tonight. So maybe this elbow even comes down onto the outer edge of that knee, or for me, I'm going to take and bring that left hand to the outer edge of that right knee and take a nice little twist there. Just notice what it is for you, taking 2 breaths. Stay focused. Remember, this is the toughest part here. Good. 1 breath. Perfect. And such a relief. Hands come back down, blocks are earth. Whew, should feel good. Relax those muscles. And then from here, we're going to take this right leg and we're going to extend it long. And just kind of shimmy around here a little bit, rocking the tail slightly side to side, just to kind of connect to your hamstring and the lower back, right? And then from here, take a nice breath and exhale into it. So you can stay here, or if you have a practice, as I said, I'm working on a deeper practice of a more full split. You might play with that, but be really careful. I'm going to slide a block under that right sit bone. We're going to take those breaths wherever you are. you can stay relaxed, not in the force of these shapes, but just allow yourself to relax into them as much as possible. Relaxed but connected. Beautiful. 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. And then slowly, we're going to slide this right foot back to the earth, back to that lunge. And then from here, we're going to take and lift this left knee. And we're going to step this right foot back to a downward dog, or you're going to come into that child's pose, whatever it is for you. And we're going to take 5 breaths. Child's pose or downward dog, whatever feels right. Or a little combo of both. Maybe a little movement, using the blocks or not. Beautiful. 3 more breaths. So if you're staying in that downward dog for the full breaths, just stay focused and release. If you're in the child, same thing. 1 more breath. And then slowly, knees come down if you're in that downward dog. Good. And then from here, we're going to make our way around, coming onto our backs. So all of us roll onto our backs. I encourage you to have that blanket or towel close by. So as you come all the way down, just keep the knees bent. Nice gentle windshield wipers here, side to side. Should feel good into your legs, into your hips, into your lower back. We started with a lot of that deep, open stretching. So just feel some of that here. Beautiful. And then walk the feet a little bit more underneath these ankles underneath the knees. Find that blanket. So if you're using a blanket or a towel, I kind of have mine folded nicely in half. It's probably about 4 inches thick. And then kind of slide it under that lower back or those sit bones. And then from here, cross that right ankle over that left knee. Get some length into the back of the body. And then from here, maybe you draw these knees in, taking the hands, wrapping them behind that left knee or thigh, and just pausing. So with that stack of towel or blanket underneath your base of your spine, it allows the shape to be a little bit more easeful, right? Not so forceful. If you find you want more depth, you can always take these hands, wrap them around the shin, right? And notice that touches you a little deeper into the shape. Beautiful. 3 more breaths. And then slowly, that left foot slides back down to the earth. So does that right foot. And we're going to cross that left ankle over the right knee. Pausing here. Or if you like, you can take it a little deeper, drawing the knees in, using that core. And then the hands can wrap behind that right knee. And that left elbow might even kind of move that left knee away from your body. Taking your breath. If you need to go a little deeper, you can always take these hands, wrap them around the shin. Notice how that changes the shape. Two more breaths. One more breath. And then slowly from here, bringing that right foot down to the earth. And we're going to take and now draw the left foot in, left knee in and right knee in as well. So again, that nice tilt of the blanket should feel good onto the lower back. An option here to come into a happy baby. So maybe a yogi toe lock or hands wrapping around to the outer edge. Again, that support under the base of the spine, under the hips, really can allow this to be a little more accessible. And just take your breath here. And letting the day slip off of you. Two more breaths. One more breath. And then very slowly from here, we're going to take these legs and we're going to extend them to the sky. So if you feel you need to adjust, I'm going to adjust this stack of blankets or whatever you have under your lower back. I'm going to bring mine a little bit higher, right? And then re-extend the legs. I just love this shape of the legs up the wall or to the sky at the end of the day, really allowing all that blood to reflow through your body, kind of cleansing, shifting, letting it move back to your heart space. And we're going to take quite a few breaths here. So we're going to be here for about a minute or so. So really allow the support underneath your hips to be helpful to you. If it feels too much for you, you can always move and bring the legs up the wall or just over a chair or sofa arm, that type of thing. Just breathe. Visit that pranayama, Ujjayi pranayama. And just stay with this practice. Notice maybe the mind might get a little impatient of it. See if you can focus towards the breath, strengthening that mind's ability to be more patient with stillness. Taking about 3 more breaths here. And you can always stay in that shape. I know to me it's a lovely shape, and you can always stay there, or you can begin to draw these knees in and then slide the soles of the feet slowly down to the earth. Use the core so you support the back. And then we're going to slip this blanket out from under our lower back, but you're going to slide it to the right? Yes, right. And then from here, we're just going to take these knees and take them over to the right, coming into a soft twist here. And they can kind of melt onto that blanket, right? So shift it if you need. That right hand can always come onto that left thigh, and that left hand might open out to a soft T. Breathing here. If you like, you can take this left hand, even sliding the fingertips into your neck, a little deeper of a twist into the shoulder part of the twist, or keep that arm long. Breathing for 3, and 2, and 1. Bringing these knees back through feet onto the earth, taking that blanket, crossing it over to the other side, or that stack of towel or blanket, and then just let the knees melt over and kind of rest onto that stack. Yeah? Left hand might find that right thigh, and right hand might open out to a T. Or you might even take and bring these right fingertips into the base of the skull or the side of the neck, opening up. Honor what feels right to you and just let go. Two more breaths here. One more breath. And slowly, the knees come back, soles of the feet onto the earth. And I just give it a little option here to keep taking this towel or blanket and moving it around. So you might slide it across your mat and then let the knees come down onto it. Really nice for the lower back here. Shimmy the shoulder blades, letting them open up, the lower back as well. Palms can move away from your body, palms facing up. Take a nice breath here. Sighing out through the mouth, exhale. Take another breath like that. Exhale out through the mouth. One more, but even softer now, really soft. Inhale. And a very gentle exhale. And just let everything go. Let the hips roll out, the knees, the feet. Let the heart relax and open. Shoulders melt. Shavasana. And just take this practice together here for at least a minute. See if you can give yourself that time. Letting all the muscles in the body release. And just melt into this earth. Just staying a little bit longer if you can. Just allow yourself this time. And you might stay here, just dropping in further. And due to time, I'm just going to offer you either again to stay in this space of Shavasana, Slowly just begin to roll yourself to your side, to your right side, or your left. And then lift yourself up, finding your seat. Notice how you feel. And bring these palms together in Anjali Mudra at your heart space. Bow your head down. Notice, for me again, I let go of a lot of energy that I had around me this afternoon. Not the most positive energy, but coming to my practice, I knew that it would release that, and it has. So I'm grateful. Notice how you feel. Maybe a shift as you move into your evening. Take your practice with you. Inhaling. Exhaling. Namaste. Thank you so much, yogis. Beautiful practice this evening. I hope you enjoyed it. Be well. Tomorrow is Friday for me, and I'll be teaching up from Chatham, my chair yoga at 12 o'clock. And so you're welcome to obviously join. It is on Facebook, 12 to 1. I'm just doing some trainings up there, and so that's where I'm going to be teaching from over the weekends. Namaste.